Joseph on PayPal for your donation. Do not forget about your boss. Let me get to my next call here. All right, now who do we have on the line?
This is the mayor of Chicago, Rahm Emanuel.
All right, Mr. Emmanuel, what's going on? What brings you to ABL Live today?
I don't know what is going on. You're talking a lot of smack over there, over in Tennessee, the land of people who eat possums. You might want to get some of that, some of that greasy meat out of your teeth before you talk to me like that.
Hey man, hey, I'm just over here. I'm just relaxing in my peaceful state or my peaceful city. Chicago's having a lot of problems. I saw a protest the other day where a lot of the black residents were calling for you to resign. I mean, what do you think about that?
I mean, if they really want to, look, we have a better crime rate than, I don't know, Tijuana, so I don't know what they want. You know, they can go over there if they want to see what our real country is. And listen, a lot of those people don't really know what living in a danger zone is. I lived and worked several years in the Clinton White House, and I came out alive without 2 bullets to the back of my head inflicted by myself.
Well,
not everybody can say that, ABL.
That is a very good point. I mean, if you can survive that, you can survive anything. But a lot of people in your city are not surviving. I mean, you just had a weekend where there were like 74 people shot, 12 of them killed, a lot of teenagers. I mean, what are you really going to do to combat the violence? I mean, what's happening? And then the people that live in these dangerous areas are calling for you to resign. So what are you going to do?
Look, a lot of people do a lot of dangerous things in this city. There's a very fun city. A lot of people get in jet ski accidents. A lot of people, they get carpal tunnel playing, in the arcade, playing the Pac-Man. This is a very fun city. Things happened. Last week I was playing skee ball at the arcade. One of them popped out and hit me in the old nuts. So what are you going to do? It's a rough town, and you just got to keep your head on a swivel.
I mean, hey, it shouldn't be that rough because just because it's a big city, there's no excuse for all the violence. I mean, not even New York City is as bad as Chicago right now. And New York City used to be a lot worse. They made some changes under Giuliani. So I think that it's right for the residents to call for your head on a platter if you're not able to deliver, man. So what are you going to do to just reduce the violence? You got to do something here, man. Come on.
I mean, why is it my job? It's them that don't understand the system.
Well, you're the mayor, so whose job is it if it's not your job?
Listen, the system works very, very easily, okay? If you're a poor people in Chicago, you got to vote for the Democratic Party. Mm-hmm. If you're a rich person in Chicago, you got to donate to the Democratic Party. So it's very easy, and so long as people keep doing that, people are just going to keep, some people are going to keep living. People die of all sorts of things.
Go ahead.
Just a few years ago, my uncle Sal, he kind of was walking around and was complaining to me how come people keep taking his mayonnaise, and I told him go over to Lawndale, go buy some new mayonnaise, and he just never came back because somebody called over to there and made a few arrangements, and Uncle Sal never came back, and that should be an example to everybody.
Wow, I mean, hey. A lot of people in Chicago are kind of upset at you because you are favoring illegal immigrants over the residents of Chicago who are legal citizens. What is your response to these individuals who say that?
I say to those people, some people are illegal immigrants, other people are illegal other things, and you shouldn't judge.
So you can just be in the city illegally and it's not really a problem. What's going on with all the money? I heard it was like $1 million or something to get illegal immigrants IDs. Meanwhile, a lot of the black areas could have used that money to, get a little bit more security and some job opportunities. So what's going on with that?
Well, what do you want me to buy them IDs? I mean, giving IDs to black people is racist. Then you start denying the vote. I mean, you got to pick one, either one,
So is it racist to give the illegals IDs? Because, I mean, aren't they also minorities? Why is it racist just to give blacks IDs and not the illegals?
Well, because the blacks, I mean, they probably... they have to tell me what they're doing illegally before I give them a new ID. Okay, that's the way it works. The illegal aliens at least come to me. They tell me what they're doing illegally. It's kind of like, I mean, they're actually setting a better example than the people that you're talking about that are complaining all the time.
I
You
fair,
know, when I went into the Oval Office and I saw President Clinton and there was something going on illegally, he wouldn't straight up tell it to me. He'd just give me like, like a neck move, like whatever, a head fake. That's the way that Scotty used to gesture to Jordan when they were going into through the finals every year. That's the way you got to have some chemistry here.
Hey, well, I mean, you had a good point there about the illegals letting you know what they're doing. If they are here illegally and they're telling you, hey, I'm here illegally, give me an ID. Hey, that is a point. So I can't really argue too much about that, man. I mean, but what else is on you? Like, what else you have to say here? I mean, you're having a hard time with your city, but you're saying that it's not really a big deal. You could die on a jet ski, so it doesn't really matter that you could die from a drive-by shooting in the middle of the street in the middle of the daytime in Chicago. But what else is on your mind?
Look, people have to remember we got a great thing going here. We got in Chicago, we got, of course, the Bulls, the Cubs, the White Sox, and of course the Bears, and they're coming back. And the more people go to these games and fund these public stadiums that, of course, the NFL owners could pay for themselves, the less they're going to shoot each other. Because why would you shoot each other at the game? You'd ruin somebody's view because they're going to have to make a chalk outline or something, and then there's all these cops in the way. So that's a way to prevent more murders. And the last thing is to all those people complaining. Remember, we're the Democratic Party. We own you, literally. I mean, don't you remember 1865? It hasn't ended.
Wow. Hey, that was a great way to end it. And I think that's a resounding endorsement of the Democratic Party. So you heard from the man himself, Rahm Emanuel. If you like what he said, vote Democrat. If you don't, you know what to do. But thank you for the call, Mr. Emanuel. Definitely appreciate you.
All right. Good night and quit talking smack, everybody.
All right, there you go. I mean, the mayor of Chicago, I'm telling you, ABO Live is blowing up. We had Brendan Tate on the call in the other day, and now we just had the mayor of Chicago. So, and that was really him. That was not a show. But let me get to my